Witness history in the making. The McIntyre Mini Globe Race 2025. Small boat, huge adventure.
Well, good day, everybody. So we've got a problem before we even start. I was in such a rush to get this going, I forgot to change the description, edit destination, and so on. So I think this is showing yesterday morning's quick grab update, and we'll have to do it once we finish this one. We will absolutely change the heading in the YouTube section and on Facebook as well. We've been frantic today trying to get everything done. You got no idea, because I'm dealing with some big issues for GGR, talking to film producers and blah 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 all over the place, and then also some local French television media and bits and pieces, and then dealing with Explorer, our other boat. Captain Coconut was the skipper of Explorer, and we got a bit of damage in the end of the OGR. And now everything's come online. We can finally get the guys to do the repair. The insurance companies are there, and it's all compressing like crazy. So I'm trying to find someone to help me prep the boat before we move it. We've got to put it back in the water and then tow it to another yard and then pull it out, and then the repairs are going to take a couple of months, and we had to send money all over the place and blah 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 blah. So it's just been frantic, as well as have a goodbye lunch with the parents-in-law, and it was just good Chinese food. And then even this morning we started early, just going crazy, so much stuff going on, and so we're way behind on packing. We had a disaster with the package plan. We got it wrong, so we've had to unpack some big boxes of stuff and redo all that. So part of the fun. Anyway, I'm wasting time to let a few people get there, so we've at least got some online. That photo that was on at the start was actually the finish photo for Kerry. What they've got to do is the finish of this one doesn't go by dropping your anchor. It actually goes by crossing the finish line, effectively the gate. But it's the lead lights to enter into Papeete. In fact, I can show you that now. I think if I just put that on there, yeah, there it is. This is what we're talking about. So you can see that long white line going out in a northwesterly direction from the little gap in the harbour. That's the finish line, okay? And as soon as they kiss that line, they take a shot, and we just read off the GPS time, and then they can start and recross that line to start again in exactly 7 days' time if they're ready to go. So this one's easy. The previous one, just to be clear, there's very interesting discussions going on at the moment about how things start and stop. It varies, and it's all described in the sailing instructions and so on. So what happens is when boats are leaving the previous port in Marquises, the start for them is the moment they lift up their anchor. So they've got to show us their position with a photograph to show they're dead in the water and they're in their anchorage where they've been. And the moment the anchor clears the bottom, actually, when you weigh anchor, it's off the bottom, not on the surface. So the moment you do that, you come under the rules of the notice of race. It's very clear. And, it doesn't matter what an entrant decides they want to do. What they can and can't do is defined by the notice of race. It's very clear. And whether a person wants to race or not doesn't matter. They're entered in a race, and so they have to abide by the rules. And if they breach those rules, then there are penalties. And some people are not going to like the penalties. It's already happening. I haven't even given any penalties. We're just discussing what's going on, and it's really interesting how things evolve. So it is a race. It's a huge adventure. It's a voyage, all the rest of it. But there are rules to be followed, and our role, as well as trying to be the nicest guy I possibly can be with the entrants, and all the entrants are great people, but it's a responsibility to manage the race rules under the notice of race, and that's giving respect for those sailors who actually want to race. And we couldn't be expected to do anything else. No matter what the level of breach of a rule is, we have to abide by the rules and manage it as such. And when there's a conflict in the rules, it's not just me that makes a decision. I always pass it by at least two other people in the case of the mini globe race, to see if this sounds fair and reasonable. And that's what we do. So it's a race. Yes, it's an adventure. And yes, we're all having a good time. And yes, it's all light and fluffy. But believe me, they've signed on to a race. So life gets interesting at times. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into the tracker. So if I hit that, you've got the tracker, I've got the tracker, and I haven't even. I saw a post by Dan. I saw his picture laying flat in a bed, which was pretty cool, and then I saw him having a conversation with Xavier, one of his mates, another mini sailor, not 580 mini, he's a 650, tried to sail a 650, class 650 around Australia, but ran into some trouble in the Southern Ocean. It's quite a story. Now I'm trying to get the weather up here. Um, and what else did I see? I think I saw a post from Jasmine, and I saw a foreign language post by Jacob, and that's about it. That's all I've seen. So no other news there. All right, so here's the fleet. Gary's still sitting there by the look of it. That's cool. All right, let's go back and see Popeye and John over here. They got plenty of breeze there, that's for sure. That's the most breeze we've seen in this part for a while. It might be up a bit. Could be a bit. Ooh, look at that bright purple. Okay, so as you remember, let me put. I always feel more comfortable when we got black and long in there. As you remember, when you bring this down to our colour scale, that's pretty solid. So that's going to be 3.5 meters. And Mike is doing 4.5 knots with a 110-mile day. Dare I say it, they wouldn't be pushing the boats at the moment. John, 4.4 knots. John was there a minute ago. There he goes, 4.4, 112-mile day. And at least the wind, when we come back to the wind, if I come back here, the wind is coming from the right direction. So that's good. And as I say, yeah, there's some gusts there. We'll see if we can see that everyone's been getting a bit hammered with these rain squalls a bit. So I'm going to try and see the rain. There's a little bit around. So, but nothing suggesting squalls. But that means nothing on this leg, as you know. Everyone's experiencing plenty of localized activity. So that's kind of interesting. If I now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure them to the finish, for their finish line, just so we haven't done that for a few days. Oh, wrong one. So Mike and John are currently about 1,200 miles, so still another 12 days, 11, 12 days or so before they're in. And now if we get rid of that, we'll go to the wind. We'll see the forecast, but you can see when it's like that, it's going to be pretty solid for a while, I would say. So we'll go 1 day in, 14, 15, there we go. It's softening off a bit. That's good. They've got plenty there, though, to play with. Next day, the same. So the next 2 days, it's a little bit. So they're going through the peak of it right now. So it'll drop down a little bit, and hopefully the sea will drop off a bit by then as well. So that's cool. They're following the track of everyone else. I'm not worried about the currents. There will be a lot helping them there. So Gary is happy sitting there. We've got the wind. I don't need any of that at the moment. I'm going to build this up so we can see what's going. Josh left straight from the anchorage. I don't know whether everyone's seen Josh's movie of his voyage. I might have mentioned it the other day. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. He's actually worked quite well to get camera angles on the boat, and it displays the unique aspects of a 580 quite well. Living on board, life on board, and the opening footage. I was keen to see more because in the first few minutes of his film. Very nearly pulled the pin after a couple of days. He was worried about his rudder gudgeons and pintles. Thought there was some play going on there, and it was a bit grim because the weather was right up and it was swinging on the nose. But he kept going. He persevered, and I'm sure he's very happy where he is right now. Still trying to get sponsors, as is many of the entrants, but he's hanging in there. So Gary, not on the move once again. Great to see his footage, but I haven't heard any news from Gary yet. Don't even know whether he's on the slip chasing barnacles or whatever, but he's obviously happy. So, Josh, 4.8 and 115-mile day. Happy to be on the road again, heading towards Papiete. Jasmine, 5.7 knots and 134-mile day. That's flying. So that's pretty encouraging. That's really good. That's Mark Popeye. We don't have that. Ayrton, 111. 111. Still okay. You're over the 100. Anything over 100 is good. Jacob, 117. Am I getting this right? No, that's why. Okay, hang on a sec. We're on 12, and that should be more advanced than that. Hang on a sec. It's all 1200. I thought they're supposed to be 1600 now. I've got to start thinking times again. Now I'm completely stuffed. My brain is covering so many subjects, and I'm not in France. So if it was in France, we'd be just 2 hours. So that's right. So French time. Oh boy, now I'm completely confused. What's the time UTC here, Jane? I'm not even going to try. You know what I'm going to do? Time UTC now. Come on. 122. Oh, so it is right. Excuse me, I'm having a bit of a bloke moment right now. This is very funny. Okay, so the timing is correct. Right, we've got that sorted. You got no idea what's going through my head right now. Okay, so Jasmine is flying. I don't know what's causing that other than her being a really good sailor right now. 111 for Ayrton. Jacob, 117, doing 4.9. Eric is also 5.2, 122. I think Jasmine's going to get the gong, but I don't have my hooter here. That's back in France. Christian, 5.5 and 118 nautical miles. Dan is 4.3, 123. That's amazing. I don't know what you're doing, Jasmine, but congratulations. You're the fastest boat on the water right now. And just to save any confusion, I'm going to check the currents, and there won't be any. I know that, but I don't want anyone else to accuse you of, being current assisted. You're sailing really well. There you go. It's fantastic. Jeepers. You'd be getting a hooter if I had one, but I don't have one. Oh, Adam, 116. Yep, no, you still got it. 4.5 knots. So he's taken the absolute direct route. Hasn't tried to go around anything. But he left from the Southern Island as well. So he's right on track. He's got pretty open water. He's going to go a little gap just down beam of Christian there, but that's where it gets tight on the way through. So they're all good. And, of course, we've got Pila got in as well, and I'm not sure. Hang on a sec, double check that. Oh, no, she was. So Kerry. Oh, so what happened was there, Kerry crossed the finish line but decided to stay out until daylight, right? I'll pick this up and find out where Pila is. She might have gone in. Pila has actually gone in. What the? Oh, jeepers. Yeah, I'm not sure where Kerry's going or why he's going out there, and I hope he's okay. That's really interesting. So that's really quite strange. So I haven't seen the tracker before. I've just opened this up, and there's something going strange here because he was shown. Oh, okay, so what's happened here? He sailed down. That was his last ping, just on the northern tip of the main island here, and then he sailed towards the finish line. He's crossed the finish line, but we don't have an upgraded, shortening of the time frame, back to 15 minutes and so on. So he's crossed the finish line there, and then he said he's going to wait until daylight. All right. Now, so that's the distance here. I'm recreating his track. So the distance there was 7 miles. So after that ping, it was 7 miles, and he would have been doing 3.5 knots at least. And then now, over there is another 7 knots. So that's a couple of hours. So he took the next ping there a couple of hours away, and I have no idea why he is heading out to sea, unless he's decided to have a sleep. But it's now daylight there, and Peeler's gone in. I'll ask his manager shortly if he's heard anything or seen anything that's completely uncharacteristic and not computing to my brain. So let's hope all is well on board. Okay, so that's it. And Peeler got in. I'm not sure what time. We'll just have a quick look at the weather. We'll zoom back out here. So if you're watching this, we'll hang on. I've got a notification here already. I'm just standing by. No, that's not the one. Sid, if you're watching, let me know if you got any news. Right now, we'll come back to the weather here. Okay, that's it. We're on current. So we come back to the wind and we'll push forward a day. Oh, Jasmine's actually got, there's a wind gradient coming down. It's lighter towards Papiete. Dan's only doing 4.3. Jasmine's doing 5.7. So there's more wind up there going down, but that's probably going to roll over. So we come forward a day. Yeah, there's more wind over the lot. So the tail enders, as we saw yesterday, I did yesterday's tracker in the morning. That's a bit too far. Okay, yeah, there's breeze following all the way in, so they got plenty of breeze going through there. Okay, come back here and I'll pop in and see if anyone's got any questions and who's there. Not many people here, but that's fine. We can see Gary is on the hard. Ah, cool. Good on you, John. So he is on the hard. He'll be happy about that. I wonder what he paid for his anti-fouling. Holy dooly. Because Renault paid €600 for an anchor, a little anchor. But anyway, all right, so there's not many questions there. That's easy. I missed the timeline. Yesterday, I didn't do one at 9 o'clock because I did the tracker update at 8 o'clock in the morning. Or after I spoke to Dan, it must have been 9 o'clock or something like that, and had a few challenges, but here we are. So all is good. All right, well, I'm fascinated to see what's going on with Kerry. So we've got a few things to do now, and we won't see you tomorrow. We won't be. We'll be travelling, so I doubt whether we'll get anything up. In fact, we won't. And if all goes well, tomorrow's Thursday, I believe. So it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday, Jing Jing? Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we'll be there on Friday. And then I've lost. Forget what time zone. It'll be the similar time. So I might get something up on Friday, but we'll just see how we go. You can always follow the app, and you can get online as well for there. And we'll see you soon. So I'll hit that, and see you later.
Witness history in the making. The McIntyre Mini Globe Race 2025. Small boat, huge adventure.